Prophet Marshall Occurrence. So this video is going to be about the Americans playing cops and robbers with the prophet. I thought about this message, this title, about 15 minutes ago or so. The Americans playing cops and robbers. Remember when you was a kid, you played cops and robbers, or cowboys and Indians, something like either one. Either one. The idea is that they're playing these back and forth childlike games in the community, and that's basically what it's summed up as to real men like me. I don't see it any other way, because you ain't in war with me. I'm armed. Even right now, I'm armed on my person. So you're not in war with me, buddy, in the real world. It's the equivalent to me of cops and robbers. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys and Indians. King of the Hill. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean, man? Like these little childhood games. That's basically what it is. I don't see it no other way. And the thing is when something is fraudulent, man, the more time goes by, what Bob Marley say? Bob Marley said, you can fool the people half the time, but you can't fool the people all the time. You can't fool the people all the time. Eventually, life has a way of pushing out fraudulence. It's almost like a bacteria in a system. The system is gonna fight it off. You know what I'm saying? Life is gonna fight off the fraudulent. The world is gonna, let's put it like this, the spiritual world is gonna fight off the fraudulent, man. It's gonna push them out so you can see it. You ain't never heard that, have you? Because with real life, where they gonna be at? They gonna get pushed out. When other things happen, it's gonna be like, oh, there you go. Push him out. You seen him for who he was. You know what I'm saying? You see me interact with real life. I'm real in other areas. I'm real as things present itself to me. I talk about real life. I deal with real life, and so I'm gonna continue on, in the spiritual world, in the world in general. I'm gonna continue because I deal with real life. If you get away from real life, that's when you're gonna die anyway. That makes all the sense in the world anyway. If you get away from real life, what are you doing? It's time to die. I mean, you're not on track in real life. You ain't doing nothing in real life. So, I mean, why are you here? And many people have asked themselves that when they start getting off track for whatever reason. Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to sit people down when it ain't no reason for them to be here. It just really isn't. With these secret society people, in my opinion, it's no reason for them to be here. And that might seem cruel, but this is after years and years of watching these people. And I don't see no reason for all they are is people that party all the time. That's all you're gonna notice. They get high. They get high all the time. They listen to music all the time. Let's put it like this: if you're from the '90s, or older, they were like we was when we was teenagers. Remember how we was when we was teenagers, getting high, thinking we was bad, all that stuff. Want to be in the gang. That's why they in the secret society. I don't know how this stuff happens, but they got stuck in teenage world. that would be their movie, Stuck in Teenage World. Well, I'm stuck as a teenager for the rest of my life. That's the movie. The movie is I'm stuck as a teenager. I'm gonna be a teenager forever. Okay. You messing with fully grown men, fully grown women. And that's how I see it. I don't see it no other way. That's why it takes God's people to stand up and don't care what religious people say, don't care what these Christian people say, because we know more about this situation than they do. That even Christians gonna give out all the right answers. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna throw a couple scriptures on it. They're gonna give out all the right answers, how we need to be and how we need to walk in love and all of it. I already know that. I already know what they're gonna say, man. They're gonna give us a couple scriptures, pray, and do, and that ain't, and this situation is way more complicated than that, and we all know it, man. You know what I'm saying? So just accept that. Wow, I didn't think Christians in America would be wrong. They wrong. They wrong about how they're addressing it. They are. Hold on, and I'm gonna do a video about this. The Christians in America is wrong in how they are addressing this situation. Yes, they are. Okay, they wrong because they don't have any experience with it, man, and you can't listen to them. How you need to hear it, and you know I'm right. These people play cops and robbers with the world, with the community, like we kids playing cops and robbers. That's the perfect analogy, man. That's the perfect analogy. That's the perfect analogy, man. Like cops and robbers, man. Listen, man, ain't nobody playing no games, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've made myself clear too many times. You know what I'm saying? By actions. Like this building that I'm living in, somebody came through this door and I had weapons waiting for him. You know what he did? You know, ask what happened to him. He backed up out this room. That's what he did. He backed up out this room. You know what I also went and told the managers here? The so-called managers? It ain't nothing but Freemasons and secret society. We know that, right? But let's just say it was real managers. The so-called managers here, you know what I told them? You need to know, I could have killed that guy. I could have killed him by legal right. And the police would have came and scooped him up like a burger on the spatula. He would have got scooped up like a burger. Got flipped over in the morgue, flipped over in the casket. One side flipped over in the morgue, one side flipped over in the casket. There you go. Lowered down into the grave. There's your burger, flipped in the morgue, flipped in the casket. Both sides, there you go, buddy. Well, both sides is the beginning when he came in here. He flipped over on one side, flipped over in the morgue, put him in the casket. There you go, he's done. I guess I'm just a little more colorful about my enemies being defeated. Forgive me. Forgive me when I've been at war for 7 years, almost 7 years. Forgive me if I'm a little colorful about defeating these people. Okay? Because I know what we're dealing with here. I mean, that's why, you know, they try me like I'm an amateur, you know. Even they started to give respect because I beat them too many times. I mean, ain't no way to, ain't no other way to look at it. You done got beat 1,000,000 times, you gonna start giving respect. That's right. Just like a man beat you down in the streets. If you a good man, you gonna shake his hand when he beat your butt. If he really beat you, you gonna shake his hand. You know, if he used little games and other people and all of that, nah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't a real man. But if you face me as a man, and it ain't no games, I ain't confused about who I'm fighting. I'm fighting you or am I fighting him? Which one am I fighting? If I'm not confused about who I'm fighting, and I know it's you, and I know the reasons why we're fighting, and I feel that we should fight based on those reasons. Then somebody shake your hand if you get beaten. But if you playing all kind of trickery games now. Listen, man. I already got my respect. You playing yourself. And if you feeling some type of way, I mean, I'm always armed, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping 100 with you. If you feeling some type of way, I mean, you can state your issue. You can state your issue, but you ain't built like that. If you feeling some type of way, you know what I'm saying? You can state your issue. You ain't built like that. See, I just grew as a person to understand all these things. I just grew in the area that I was already born in. I had already did a couple felonies. You know what I'm saying? By the time I was 16, I had been robbed at gunpoint. I went through some real things. And I sold a little crack. I never did crack, but I know what it is to sell crack cocaine. So I know what it is to stand on the block and wait for a customer. Okay? Is that clear enough? I know what that's like. Okay, so that's all I need. I don't need to tell you I sold 1 million kilos. All I need to do is tell you I can tell you I made transactions. That's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? And I've done felonies. Okay, remind you, this the '90s. This ain't the early 2000s. So you talking about credibility in the early 2000s? I'm talking about the '90s, where you had to hold some weight to be out there because you got the old school, you got the old heads that's robbing people. That's how I got robbed. And most dudes my age gonna tell you you got robbed out there because of the older dudes out there. Now we are the older dudes now, but the older dudes we had to deal with, little suckers like you wouldn't have made it. But I just got robbed, making a little mistake. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being young, being young in the streets, doing illegal things. Cause you got to remember, weed was illegal in the '90s. You had to be cool to even get weed. You couldn't get weed in the '90s if you was you wasn't cool. You had to be cool even in the '90s to get weed. You had to go to a weed house. It was all illegal. That was all illegal activity. You couldn't be somebody that was shaky and sketchy and we don't really know. Nah, you might be stupid enough for whatever reason. You might get caught out there and then tell people where it came from. Or stupid enough to draw the police in to where we at. For however you do it. So you had to be a certain type of person back then in the '90s. See, I think people think especially because we like in 2026 and they size you up, think you're kind of young. They think you got your reputation in the early 2000s. I got my reputation in the early 2000s, huh? That's all I'm saying, man. We set the record straight. We set these records straight. We put this vinyl straight. We set that vinyl straight on the needle, buddy. Put it right on the needle. Put that vinyl right on the needle. It's no fraudulence, man. It's like, you gotta remember, I am a black man from North Carolina. On my government, it says I'm black, not multiracial. On my government, it doesn't say I'm multiracial. Okay, so let the cornball white boys and all these cornball police, come on, man, stop playing with me, bro. Okay, on my government, I'm a black man, right? Okay, so stop playing games with me, bro. That's all you need to know, sucker. And I'm from North Carolina, so I'm blacker than half of these people in New York. They didn't grow up like a black man where I come from. They ain't grow up doing the stuff we did. As a black man from North Carolina, I'm from North Carolina. We ain't grow up like these people up here grew up. I grew up way blacker than you, buddy. You grew up with Italians and Irish people. Well, my Irish friend next door. You had Irish friends. These people say they stay in the hood and they got Irish friends next door. Irish. Hey, we didn't have Irish friends down south in the hood. That's real though. Hey, tell the truth. These New Yorkers be having Irish friends down. That's okay. But don't act like you the blackest people in the world now. I mean, come on. Your next door neighbors was Irish. That's real. Hey, that's a good New York joke right there, ain't it? Hey, you go in the black hood, yo, the dude next door is Irish. Like, how's that happen? Yeah, man, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, man? Hey. This dude is from, literally from Ireland, bruh. Yeah, hey, yo, I got this cheese spread you can put on your toast, you know, it's very good. You can put this cheese, it's like pimento cheese. You can put it on your toast. I'm telling you, bro, that black people be having Irish friends. Like in New York. These dudes got Irish. How you get an Irish friend, Brad? And you black. It's okay. I mean that I'm not saying you less of a black man. I'm saying you got less of a black experience. I guess that's the better way to put it. You got less of a black experience. Cause down south where I'm from, it ain't nothing but niggas in the neighborhood I come from. Ain't nothing but niggas. You know what that mean? You know what that mean? Ain't no white people can come in the neighborhood. They get robbed. If they come in that neighborhood, they get robbed. And guess what? Hispanics and Latinos, the neighborhood is so black. You've been in the black neighborhood so black, Latino people can't come there. That is a black neighborhood. That's a black neighborhood, buddy. And now Latinos can't even come there. Latinos can't even come there. That's a black neighborhood. That's why I trip off y'all. Cause you used to pleasing these people out here, you know, these white boys out here that don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And these other folks that don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the South, man. Like, Latinos can't even walk through the neighborhoods I lived in. They get robbed. That's go for Puerto Ricans too. That's niggas. You should have knew that. You thought you seen it all. Oh, you thought you seen it all. That's what it was. You thought you seen it all up here in New York. You thought this spoke for all black people up here in New York. Man, you should have knew better than that, man. I know some neighborhoods, Latinos and Hispanics can't even walk through, and the main reason is because you're going to get robbed. That's why. It ain't racism. It's not racism. You're not in that neighborhood, right? Oh, they know that. They know you not there. They know you. They know you. Your kind is not in this neighborhood. And that at face value, you could say it's racism, but hey, listen, they ain't thinking about your race. They thinking about you not being here. Do you see the difference? You see the difference? Hey, they're thinking about you not being here. You're not here, right? We're not racist. Some of them might say that. Listen, bro, we're not racist, but why are you here? This is a nigga neighborhood. You know that, right? A good black person tell you that. Listen, man, this neighborhood full of niggas. Let me turn you around, bro. Where you trying to get to? You got people like that, though. They good people. They good brothers. See, some good brothers in the neighborhood, they'll tell you, yo, hold up. Why are you here? Why are you here, Brad? Why are you here? What you need some crack? I can get you. I say some crack right now. You want some weed? You want some? Let me come. Cause you don't need to go no deeper in this neighborhood, bro. 100. Cause listen, bro. Hey, everybody know if there's a person like that in the hood, he gonna try to talk to people. He gonna try to help them, ain't he? I'm one of them type of dudes too. I will help you. Like if you, yeah, I'll help you. A little bit. I might help you. I was like, yo, bro, you not like they ain't gonna rob you over here. They gonna rob you over here, bro. You can't come over here. Nah, this is an all nigga neighborhood. For real. You like, see, up here in New York, y'all don't know no better. That's why they don't play with me in New York. No black man ain't gonna play with me. I come from a neighborhoods with all niggas. You know what I'm saying? And if it is some white people in the neighborhood, we got them. They tough. They'll fight us. Yeah. If they bad enough to stay in our neighborhood, them boys, hey, they mama tough too. They mama tough. The whole family tough. Don't try them, boy. Listen, they'll fight you. I done fought a couple white boys in our neighborhood. Oh yeah, they'll fight you back too. They'll fight you back. They'll fight you back, buddy. That's why they're there. See, we got a few. Oh yeah, they'll come in, but they'll be just like niggas. That's the catch. That's the catch. You see a white boy walking around, listen, don't try him. I'm telling you, don't try him. Cause he a nigga. Cause he'll go get some other niggas too. Listen, I'm serious. He walk around, that nigga lame. Oh, that's a lame white boy. Okay. Okay. If he over here, you should be smart enough not to try him. You know what I'm saying? If you try him and he over here, you stupid. I ain't gonna try no white boy in the hood. No. Only another lame would do that. Thinking he lame, no, it's you. Yeah. Cause if he over here, what that tell you? The white boy gonna have plugs and everything. Oh, come on, bro. I ain't gonna try him unless he make a white boy mistake. Which sometimes that happens. That happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If he might make a white boy mistake, okay, then I But if he don't make no white boy mistakes, I ain't got no reason to try him. Now, like, for example, you got Marcy Projects, right? Where Jay-Z's from. I done walked through Marcy Projects, Bed-Stuy, all over there. I used to live over there, right? You know what I noticed? It's the same subject. This is the same subject. You know what I noticed? This is what I noticed, right? There's a Jewish neighborhood right behind Marcy. Marcy's supposed to be the hardest neighborhood in the world. I'm thinking from what Jay-Z said, Marcy is the hardest neighborhood in the world. From where I come from. I'm thinking this is gonna be a hard, you know what I mean? Bro, I was walking through Marcy, right? I went through Marcy, And then I walked into this is how it happened. This is exactly how it happened. I walked through Marcy. And then when I kept going in the behind Marcy, you got the front of Marcy, and everybody know the front is going towards Fulton Street and Nostrand and all that, right? The back is where you got the train and all of that, right? All back there once you hit the block and then up the street, the train and all that over there. Okay, but before you get to the, if you don't turn right to go towards the train, you got the left, and all of that is a Jewish neighborhood. I'm like, if Marcy is so bad, why is a Jewish neighborhood behind Marcy? I walked behind Marcy, like blocks behind it, and I started looking around, and I was in a Jewish neighborhood. I was like, man, it's a Jewish neighborhood. I'm dude from the South. I'm expecting all niggas, like where I come from. I seen a Jewish neighborhood right behind Marcy Projects. Maybe that's psychological, you know what I'm saying? So it don't become that bad, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it wasn't like that in the 90s. I don't know. Probably wasn't. But either way it go, it's that. Where I come from, it ain't no white people around, ain't no Jewish people around. See, we didn't grow up with all those type of different people. I ain't grow up with no Jewish people and Irish people and it was nothing but niggas around. That was it. See, the Bronx got black and Puerto Rican. We ain't even no. That's what we beat. You talking about the Bronx is hard, okay, but as far as niggas, listen, you go in the South, it ain't nothing but niggas. Puerto Ricans can get robbed in the South, man. They don't. I'm telling you, you can be cool as you want to be. You can be 100. You can be ready to shoot and kill. You can have a Draco with a drum on it. You listen. You can have extended clips. All that. You know what I mean. You need to get my point. And you listen, buddy. You gonna be outnumbered, buddy. If you do something to somebody over there, you the Chico that did something over there, and they gonna easily find you because you a Chico. Let me say it more clearly. That might be how the young dudes say it. A grandmama gonna call you a Mexican, and you Puerto Rican. A black woman ain't gonna make no differentiation. I ain't never seen no old person from where I come from in the South say, "Oh, that's a Puerto Rican." Oh, that's not a Cuban. That's a Puerto Rican. Black people don't make no distinguished difference. The younger generations do that. You go talk to your grandma and say she gonna say, "Oh, it's a Mexican out there for you." You know how your grandma see your homies come through, right? Hey, let your homie come through that's Puerto Rican, right? Tell him to come through the hood. It might be good for him in some neighborhoods, right? He might come through, right? He come in the house. No, he knock on the door, right? Your grandma come to the door, right? Hey, how you doing? Is Jerry home? Yeah, Jerry here. Who are you? I'm his friend. I'm his friend. You know you gonna say you his friend, ain't you, to an old person? I'm his friend. I just wanted to holler at him. He told me to come over. Oh, okay. Jerry, it's a Mexican boy out there for you. That's the South. It's a Mexican boy out there. He gonna be laughing on the front porch. She called me a Mexican. They ain't gonna say you know Puerto Rican where I come from. They gonna say you Mexican. I'm being real. This is our culture. You want to know real black culture? A black culture in the South gonna call you a Mexican. They ain't gonna call you no Puerto Rican. That's when the real black people gonna call you. You a Mexican to us, buddy. Tomato, tomato. Tomato, tomato. You a Mexican, buddy. They not racist. It's just how we brought up. That we just look at that as one group of people. That's one group. and it's based on the ones we see the most, which is the Mexican. So we ain't gonna say, oh, okay, well, maybe that ain't a Mexican. Nah, that's a Mexican. You can call it being lazy. We just say, oh, what do he look like? He like a Mexican. He a Mexican. He a Mexican. But ain't no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's just how the old school is. The old school gonna call you a Mexican. That's why like I trip off people to see. That was my main thing when I came to New York. The first thing I started tripping off of is like, hold up, how all these Hispanic and Latinos? You know, I'm a little more cultured. You know, I'm the newer generation, so you know, I got, you know, I feel obligated to have more respect or be more educated. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why? I know this ain't a Mexican. This a Puerto Rican, right? Or if it's not Puerto Rican, it's Latino, right? Some type of Latino. Why is these people in my business? This is a black man from the South. Okay, nah, we ain't trying. Nah. This is how niggas talk from the South. Hold up, I don't know you. Okay, but I ain't in no Hispanic or Latino neighborhood, so why you in my business? Huh? What, cause of who? No. See, a nigga from the South ain't trying to hear who you with, because whoever you with ain't niggas. From where I'm from. You ain't from around me as in my neighborhood with niggas. So how you in my business is my thing. That's what niggas gonna tell you. Oh, well, how you in my business? Am I in Mexican people business? I'm not. Am I in Hispanic or Latino business? Latino business? No, I'm not. So how you in my business? Huh? Bro, it don't make no sense. No, for no reason. No. And I didn't adjust to it. I still don't adjust to it. Because at the same time, I choose not to adjust right there, because how I feel, I'm not racist. I can pull up threads where I got Mexicans that just checked on me yesterday. Okay, boom. From California. I got Mexicans that just checked on me yesterday. Let's just say that. Let me just say that. Okay, so you see what page I'm on. But at the same time, you know, I feel like it gets, you know, I don't know, your own people gonna know you the best. So when it come down to politics with me, I feel like you're not gonna know me like black people know me. It's just certain stuff they gonna know about me, and there's certain stuff Mexicans gonna know about other Mexicans that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be things that you know about your own people that how I could know. And you can say real recognize real. No, that don't. So if real recognize real, why real niggas falling out with real niggas then? If real recognize real, why real niggas falling out with real niggas all the time? Because you still gonna have disagreements. You still gonna have biases. You still gonna have fake niggas. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. I ain't even getting into that. But my thing is with this, real recognize real don't go but so far. You know what I'm saying? No, that don't go but so far, because real niggas still fall out with real niggas. So explain that part. Well, if real recognize real, how we can't get along with each other then? That's the main principle thing, right? Well, I would imagine. The main principle thing is that real recognize real, then we gonna all get along with each other. That's gonna be most important, right? Why we don't all get along with each other? I guess real don't recognize real. Not all the time. Not all the time. Well, how come? No, don't think about it. Think about it though. No, if you're real and you're listening to this, think about how many times people thought you was playing games. That part. You listen, you can have all the dreads, gold teeth, everything, all the paraphernalia of being real. I say paraphernalia, right? All the paraphernalia of being real. They still tried you, didn't they? Somebody still tried you. Okay, so if real recognize real, why people trying real niggas then? That's the next question. Why people playing with real niggas if real recognize real? That's what I'm saying. Think about it. So then the bottom line is whether people recognize real or not, they still trying real niggas, right? Right. 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 So then real recognized real is not, I guess, utilized properly. Well, I mean, people still trying real niggas. Man, listen, man. Hey, one thing about me, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me, bro. You ain't gonna ever hear me say something cliche, but I know all the cliches that you know. You ain't gonna never hear me say no real, recognize real, nah. Because real niggas still fall out with each other. So what good is it worth? I mean, how I look at it, real recognize real, I mean, that to me, that's camaraderie. That's your brotherhood of real dudes that, you know, that you meet and, you know, you recognize that he good, he cool like you, and he understand things from your perspective. I mean, that's brotherhood in the streets to me. But out here where dudes choose to be a certain way, you know what I mean? That part. They don't care if you're real or not. And then you can't say, oh, I'm on this block, real recognize real. You can't go over in a certain neighborhood talking about real recognize real. Them niggas don't care about that. Them niggas looking at you like you ain't from over here. That's what we don't care about real recognize real at all. We ain't seen you over here. That's what's real. And they'll tell you that part. That's, you know what's real? We ain't seen you over here. That's what's real. Real recognize real, bro. Yeah, real do recognize real, but that don't mean nothing. What we talking about right now is why you over here. That's what we talking about, bro. You why you over here? We ain't talking about no real recognize no real. We talking about why you over here. Well, you know, I got a friend. Well, you need to go get him. You need to tell before you. We ain't letting you go in the hood. The niggas is like that. We ain't letting you go down this block, bro. You gotta turn around, bro. You gotta call your homie, and tell, like some neighborhoods that hard, like that 100. You need to tell your homie, bro. Tell him to come up the block, man, and walk you through the hood. That's how you gotta do it. Some hoods you can't even walk through. You want me to give you a perfect example? This is back down south. I took a white boy in my neighborhood and then he got robbed by one of the people I hate the most. I hated this dude in the hood the most. I hated him. You know what I'm saying? He was just the right person to do something like this to him. He robbed. I came in the hood with a white boy for some weed, right? He got robbed. There wasn't nothing I could do. He got robbed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, that give you a perfect example. You think I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? I took a white boy in the neighborhood, he got robbed. He white. That's why they did it. That was the first reason. And it was about somebody I hated. I couldn't stand this dude. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he got robbed, man. So you gotta understand, some people grew up as with all black people and it formed their opinion that I don't understand the reason why other people are in my business. And I could love other white people, I could love white culture and all of that and everything, and it's still a line that you can't cross. You know, that don't give you a right to cross certain lines. Cause my thing is this: you don't understand certain things, and that's what it's based on. That's what it purely is based on. You can't come into this and you don't understand it. You can clearly see I do understand it. And black people will tell you he do understand what he talking about. He do know what he talking about. Okay, but you couldn't. But a white boy couldn't talk about this. The average white man outside the hood, right? He couldn't just go through this information that I went through in the past 30 minutes. He couldn't do it, could he? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about, bro. And see, I do it naturally, and see, that's how it's supposed to be. So if you can't do that, like, I don't feel like you should be in my business, because you ain't gonna understand me. You gonna say, what you gonna do is you gonna base it on real, recognize real. That's what a white boy or somebody on the outside of black people gonna do. But we gonna tell you that it's a little more complicated than that, bro. It is. Like having receipts on whatever you talking about. Okay, so you can say you know white people, you know black people, you know people. You can say you know people, but you out here with no receipts. How about that? Yeah. Ain't you the same people out here, whoever it is out there on me, playing with me, you out here with no receipts. You ain't got no receipts. Okay, so then what do you do? So black people definitely gonna hate you. Black people definitely gonna hate you when they know what your position. You out here with no receipts. They hate people like you. This is why we hate the police. Out here walking around playing with people, riding around sounding sirens, and ain't got no receipts. hey, sounding sirens with no receipts. Look at that. Sounding sirens, like as in police sirens, ain't got no receipts. Like they playing with you, coming to get you, but they ain't got no receipts. That's 7 out. Man, come on, stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing with me. You know receipt having bastards. You know receipts having bastards. You ain't got no receipts. You forgot, didn't you? That's the first rule with black people. That's how I know you don't. That's why I don't let nobody in my business that ain't black. Well, the first rule is you better have some receipts. Yeah. If you don't, ain't nobody entertaining that. That's why, hey, you notice real niggas ain't mess with you? You know why? Because real niggas gonna ask you, what he do? Okay, well, how y'all got proof of that? Where the receipts at? Okay, I don't want nothing to do with that. Real niggas done told you to get away from where they at, ain't they? Yeah, that part. Real niggas done told you to move on, ain't they? You moved on respectfully, didn't you? Well, hey, we'll let you save face like that. You moved on respectfully. They told you to get the hell on, didn't they? They told you to get the hell on. That's the truth. No, I'm just saying the words they would use. They told you to get the hell on, didn't they? Yeah. Because a real dope boy, a drug dealer ain't gonna let you play around there talking about what you heard about some dude and you ain't got no receipts on it, and then you making it hot and he sell drugs and you got this traffic, this sketchy traffic coming in. That's sketchy to a dope boy. I know he ran you off, because I know at least one of them did. All these gang stalking games, I know you done get ran off from these dope boys. That go for the police too. They done ran you off because they ain't gonna have nothing to do with nothing that ain't got no receipts. And then the truth is, if you ain't got no charges, they don't want nothing to do with it. It speaks for itself. Nah, I don't want nothing to do with that. I know what I'm talking about, buddy. I know what I'm talking about. You out here without receipts. That ain't even black culture. That's why I only get judged by my own people. Because even if you play psychological games, telepathy games, all that kind of stuff, that still ain't black people. No, that ain't no black people. Because a black person gonna tell you, I don't care nothing about no mind readers. I don't care nothing about what's on somebody's mind, long as they don't come out here playing with these children. Long as they ain't in these streets out here that I see, that I sit out here, and if I don't see him, long as he ain't doing nothing to these children out here, I don't care nothing about what all this other psychological. That's the weird black people. And they think they speak for black people, and you don't speak for no black people. You don't speak for niggas. You don't speak for niggas. You speak for them weirdos, bro. Like, or them Freemasons or secret societies. You don't speak for no niggas. Niggas gonna tell you, I don't care what's on somebody's mind, bro. Long as he ain't out here in these streets playing with my kids, and I don't see him out here playing with nobody else's kids, he legit like MC Hammer. ain't he a Christian too? Hammer was a Christian. he legit like MC Hammer. You walking away, man. That dude legit like MC Hammer. Long as he don't come out here, this is what he's saying. Why you walking away? Listen, this is what a real nigga gonna do. He gonna halfway clown you, not me, you. Yeah, he legit like MC Hammer. Long as he ain't out here playing with none of these kids, he legit like MC Hammer, bro. He a Christian like MC Hammer, ain't he? He legit. He too legit to quit. He legit, bro. He don't let him be high. He legit. He out here legit, bro. He legit. He legit. That word sound a little funny, don't it? Legit. 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 Like I got some more to say, don't it? Legit. Like they left off some part. Legit. Legit. Seems like they left part of the word off. It's supposed to be another part of the word. Legit. Hey man, listen man. Let me tell you something, man. Listen. You came out here playing with fully grown men, with niggas, and you didn't know no better. Okay? When I say niggas, I'm talking about black people, not as a racial slur. Okay? I can say it, but you can't. Just like I don't let white boys call other dudes my nigga. No. You say my brother. You stick to the soul brother stuff. You stick to the soul brother stuff. And listen, some people don't let I don't let none of them little dope boys talk, them little white dudes talking about my nigga. No. You stick to the soul brother stuff. That's what stage you at. That's what stage you at, buddy. You a soul brother in training. You a soul brother in training. How I'ma have you out here talking about nigga? Right. You learning on how to come up among black people. You got him out talking about nigga already? No. Think about what I'm saying. He a soul brother in training. You done embraced him as your people. How you got him saying nigga already? You got him saying nigga already. That's a shame. Think about that. I don't tolerate it. It rubbed me the wrong way. I ain't never been around no white boys, no street white boys. I'm talking, you know the type that look like dope boys. Them two, that type of dude. Not him. Not even him. No. That's how you breed them. You breed them like that. No. You don't be out here saying that. Cause see, it's gonna be another nigga that's gonna wanna punch you in the face for it. Just cause he don't like white people. See, if you really around niggas enough, you gonna be around one of them that don't like no white boys. Oh yeah, that's now how you know you're around niggas. Oh yeah, oh, white boy. Why y'all got that white boy around here? It's always gonna be one among us that don't like you. You gotta accept that. And then if you around here talking about my nigga, you gonna rub him the wrong way. He goes, oh man, what nigga? What? He gonna call you a nigga. Hold on, boy. Then you say nigga, man, don't. He just took full advantage of it. Don't ever say no nigga around here, boy. He just checked you because he already don't like white people. That's what I would tell you. You got checked because he don't like white people anyway. That's all it was. You gave him an excuse to want to hit one of them and slap one of them around. So then if you go deep in the hood and you thorough, you ain't gonna never make that mistake. Cause it's gonna be somebody that just don't like white people that's gonna take advantage of it. You see what I'm saying? He don't like white people already. He gonna jump right on that as soon as you say nigga. Oh, what boy? What? He on it already. What, man? What? Yo, hold up. He gonna break a whole story out because he just hate white people. Oh yeah, man, why, how you out here talking about nigga? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That word is, he gonna tell you a whole story about it. That's how much he hate white people. So if you're really around a cool homie, he gonna tell you, yo, get that out your vocabulary, bro. Cause you can get your respect without talking about my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta, that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say my brother, my homie. Homie or something. Homie's good. Homie's real good. That resonate with everybody on the streets. You say my homie, that's gonna resonate with every generation and everything like that. You come out here saying my homie, everything, everybody gonna understand exactly where that's coming from. They ain't gonna never get old. That term right there ain't gonna never get old. My thug, my gangster, my thug, my homie, anything but that. Anything but that. It ain't corny, man, because it just, I'm telling you, there's some people, they don't like white people. And some people wouldn't let Hispanic or Latino say my nigga neither. No, not you either. Some people that don't really like Mexicans, they'll say, yo, man, like, you can't say that around them, man. You know, you can't. You could be Latino, Hispanic, you cannot say my nigga to around some black people. No, they gonna say, nah, we are a lot alike, but it's gonna be that type of black person. We a lot alike, but you ain't no nigga. They gonna say your ancestors wasn't picking no cotton. They gonna take you down through there. Y'all wasn't getting lynched out. We ain't seen no lynched black people, Mexicans and Latinos. No, there wasn't no lynched Puerto Ricans. Was there some lynched Puerto Ricans around here? Was they lynching Puerto Ricans? Not really. They might have did it a little bit, but not really. They wasn't hanging no Puerto Ricans, was it? They wasn't cracking no whip on the back of no Puerto Ricans in slavery, was it? No, that we do know. Y'all wasn't picking no cotton. No Puerto Ricans wasn't picking no cotton, was it? So then you ain't no nigga. Okay? No. We don't let you say no nigga. See, it's some black people like that. You don't know no better. You ain't met the black people really deep down in the hood. Oh yeah, you ain't met them. You met the cool black people. You met the cool black people. Oh, you ain't met the ones that nah, you can't say no nigga around me. I don't care what you talking about. What you ain't no black person. That's what they'll say to you. A little girl will say that. You ain't no black person. Why you saying nigga? You might have a little girl say that stuff to you in the hood. A little girl check you. Why you say nigga? You ain't black. You had a little girl in the ghetto say that to you. How you say nigga? You a grown man. How you say nigga? You ain't black. No, you don't look. You look like a Mexican. I'm not no Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican. You tell a little girl that, okay, but you look Mexican. She gonna go back. But you look Mexican. I don't know what a Puerto Rican look like, but you look Mexican. Okay, that's just black people. That's real black people now. Now up here in New York, you got all this stuff going on, and that's cool. That's cool. I don't have no problem with it. Trust me. I don't have a problem with mixing, the people mixing and all of that. I'm not one of them people. I just feel like it's a line that you can't cross. Just because you mix with black people, just because you in the hood with other black people, it still is a line that you can't cross. Okay? Just like I don't know Puerto Ricans like that. So imagine me going into your culture and dragging some Puerto Rican guy out, talking about whatever I'm talking about, and talking about this, that, and the third. I got this smoke with him or whatever. You know, like on a personal level. But I don't know that. How can I judge this guy? Totally. And he don't come from me. I don't come from I don't know Puerto Ricans. I don't know their culture. I don't claim to know their culture. So imagine me trying to judge a Puerto Rican. What I'm gonna base it on? Oh, real, recognize real. That's not enough. That's that police stuff. Oh, well, we out here with everybody. That's what the police gonna say. Right. Hey, a police gonna say we out here with, that's why you shooting people. Look at the mistakes you make. Oh yeah, that part, that's 7 hours. Look at all the mistakes you make though. Talking about real, recognize real, and we know who's who. Okay, yeah, that part, but you're still making mistakes too. Let's keep that in mind. You out here killing people, they dead forever. Dead forever, but you know who's who. You know what's real and what ain't and all of this. But people dead forever because of you alone. Nobody else was with you. It was because of you alone. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's nothing to trust in out here. It's nobody to trust out here. You know what I'm saying? And so I set the record straight. You know, all these people think they know everything, but look at their life. They life tell you they ain't that good at discernment. Oh, they talking about discernment, intuition. Okay, well, if you so good at intuition, why you been married like 3 times, like the rest of us? Why you didn't make it in that last relationship? Why you didn't know what type of person you was with if you so good at intuition? All you gotta do is look at their life. If you were so good at intuition, why you don't know? Why you with all these people and stuff that don't got no love for you, and you know, or the past relationship you was in? Why you didn't know who that person was? Because nobody is perfect in intuition. You don't know everything, and I can look at your life and show you that. I can look at your own life. I can show you your own life. I don't gotta show you nobody else. I'm a master that can go to your own life and show you and bring you down to reality. You don't know everything. If you did, then why your life reflects you not knowing everything? You married the wrong person. You married somebody that was not compatible with you, which means you didn't know them or you. To understand compatibility, you got to understand yourself and someone else and say, oh, that'll work out because I'm like this and they're like that. You don't understand either one sometimes. Sometimes you don't know either one. You don't know yourself. You don't know them. And you're supposed to be the wizard of all intuition, the wizard of all understanding. I don't even got to go outside out here to prove this about this person. I can use their own life. Okay, they've been with the same person. This person think they know everything. Okay, let's just say we found a person think they know everything. First thing we're gonna figure out: did you have more than one relationship? Okay, so what happened with the first couple relationships? Well, I thought I knew this person. Oh, you thought you knew. You thought you knew the person. There you go. You didn't know, did you? Okay, so right there you already admitted that you didn't know the person. Okay, so how you know me? So your life, we don't gotta go no further. We can just stop right here. We don't gotta go no further. You already admitted you didn't know this person, right? You thought you did, right? You thought you did, but you wasn't right? Right. That's all I'm trying to show you. I already showed you already. But so your life already reflects that you didn't know people like you thought you did. Right? But you just went past that, and that's what most people gonna do. You're gonna go past it, but you're not getting the lesson. You don't know people. You don't never know people. Well, then how you make all these mistakes? How you in 2 and 3 different marriages? Because you're not as good as with intuition as you think you are. Because you know what usually happens? Everybody learns to give everybody the right signals. Boom. I can throw out the right signals and, oh, okay. He got this going on, he got that going on. You know what I mean? He got this. Don't have a little job or whatever, you know. Got a little car, got a little pad, little place to be. Boom. For most women, hey, yeah, he got this going on. You thought you knew him, didn't you? He said all the right stuff. Because people gonna throw out all the right signals. So that's why I'm trying to read people. You know why I'm trying to read people? Because when you try to read people, people gonna give you a book to read. If I know you're trying to read me, I'm gonna give you all the book you want to read. I'm gonna give you all the right signals. Okay, okay. I'm gonna give you all the right. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, boom. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna act like this. I'm gonna act like that. Oh, boom. That's 100. No, it wasn't. That wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't 100. This person gave you all the signals that you wanted. All the signals, the cultural signals that say all the slang, everything that you're used to. All the way everybody think on the internet, said all the right stuff, boom, got right close to you. Got enough close to you to do damage to you. That's what I'm saying. That's what people mess up trying to read people. I don't try to read people. Because people gonna give you a book to read. That's what master deceivers gonna do. Okay, I know you trying to read somebody. I'm gonna throw out signals for you to read. You're gonna say, you're gonna read that, you're gonna read this, you're gonna read that, you're gonna read that. I'm gonna do, people just act. They're doing a whole bunch of acting. Well, how I read people is, I let your energy come into me. Whatever you do, whatever you say out your mouth is your own identity. You can't get mad if I call you on what you say and what you do. That's how I read people right there, buddy. If you're still trying to read people with body language, well, 80% of everything communicated is nonverbal. Bro, you still trying to read body language in 2026. Once again, people can give you all the right language. They can put their foot out and you think their body language is into you. Masters. Because naturally, you know, if you put your foot towards somebody, that body language is saying they're into you. Okay, so a master like me, I could just come around you and stick my foot out towards you, and that means you will think my body language means I'm into you. You see what I'm saying? You see how people get food. You don't think people have ever done that in their life. Kick their foot out. Because you know how your foot come out naturally when you know what I mean? When you're talking to somebody and you like the conversation. You know what I mean? Your feet gonna come out naturally. Your body language is gonna shift towards that person. If you don't like what they saying, your body gonna shift away. Right? That's basically one-on-one as far as face value. You know, if the energy is going your way or it's not, right? A person can act like they could shift their energy all the way into you. It's a whole lie. It's a whole lie. I ain't going by that. I ain't going by none of it. See, you need to read people. There's two types of reading people, right? You got long term and you got short term. Sometimes you don't know people, you need to know right away who this person is. Right? But that's when most of the time, to be truthful, that's when you're doing illegal stuff, and that's when you're doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. Well, how will God put you in a situation where you need to read somebody right now? Short term. God ain't gonna put you in no situation like that. You put yourself in a situation where you gotta read people short term right here, right now. You see what I'm saying? If you do it the right way, if you follow the path of God, you ain't gonna have to read people no short term. And see, that's why you like that, because you used to being out in the streets where you gotta read people right now. Like, if you make a mistake and you go down the street with this person, it could end your life, right? And that's true. So but how you gonna figure it out? You gonna try to go by body language? You gonna try to figure it out? I mean, you can read into that a little bit. But then, once again, if they a master, bro, how many people that got killed? Wrong signals. They gave them all the right signals. So, yeah, everything good. We're going to go down here. You know what I'm saying? I got the room already. You know what I'm saying? I got the bottles. I got the bottles. You know what I mean? I got the weed. Everything. Smell this weed. Smell this weed. I'm telling you, it's official. Like, we're going to be right there. Look, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You get down there, you get robbed, kidnapped, and they can't find you. They never found you. They never found you, bro. So, you know, you gotta understand, man. You gotta understand, bro. Like there are masters that went beyond just reading people. Okay, so what's the next level? Okay, among masters of good and evil. If everybody know the game is, if I'm gonna watch body language, eye language, all of this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch the eye language too. I'm gonna look at what you're paying attention to, how your eyes shift and everything when I'm talking to you, everything like that. Okay, it's people that can counter all of that with lies. Doy. I didn't say pizza dough, doy. Hey, hey man, people can sit up and throw you all the right signals. And they masters themselves, they counter all the stuff that you do. They know all the stuff you know without knowing you. They know all the stuff you know. You get beat. I can put out all the right signals. You know what I mean? I shift like this, shift like that, show you this, that, and the third. Have you thinking, oh, okay, yeah, this straight, this legit. Yeah, he cool. I met him, everything. You lose. Got played. It happens all the time. How you think grown men still getting played out here? Because you read, when you set yourself up to read people, they gonna give you everything you wanna read. I'm gonna give you the book you wanna read. Oh, you want a good person, don't you? Okay, here you go. Here's a book. Here you go. Read that book. There you go. Good magazine. Here's a magazine, actually. Read that. It got a lot of clips in there. Good little illustrations. Good little little pictures and everything. Go ahead, read that. Go ahead. How you like that? That's who I am. How you like that magazine? I send it in monthly. You want me to get you? See where I'm going with this? I give you this book monthly. Now you're reading this person monthly. They sending you a subscription. Hey, you know how every month they got a new surprise and a little picture on the front. Oh, I like that. When you like this with every month, you like this on the, you know what I mean? March 2026. Oh, I like that one. April 2026. May 20. Oh, I love these covers. And getting played, brat. How I read people is, this is for long term. Let's understand this. This is not the short term reading that I have to do to know you to go down the street, because I might be getting robbed. This is not what I'm talking about. Remind you, like I said, you shouldn't be in those situations, because you still could be wrong anyway. You could try to figure it out all day. Once again, they can give you a book to read. Make you feel comfortable. Yeah, come on. Why you tripping? Why you tripping? Because I don't know you. Well, yeah, but you come on. You take a chance to get robbed, bro. It's a gamble. Basically, it's a gamble anyway. And anytime you deal with other human beings, it's always going to be a gamble. You could be right, you could be wrong. You could win, or you could lose. Okay? You try to read people, I'm going to give you a book to read. Boom. There you go. Like that book. I can send it in every month, by the way. The best way to read people is to just let their energy come in and do what it do. That's how I sit myself. That's why I don't come out with my antennas up or nothing. That's how the street gonna breed you. Put your antennas out. Nah. I'm just let it all come into me. I ain't gonna put nothing out. I'm gonna let it come into me. And then what I feel and what I know, and then what they say and do is gonna confirm what I feel. That's gonna be the first red flag is gonna be what I feel. But I ain't gonna go by that. Because maybe that person's mentally sick. Maybe something wrong with them. Maybe they got some energy problems. See, people got energy problems. Their energy just off. And they could be a good person. They could be a great person. But their energy is off. You ever met a person that their energy is off, but they're a great person? You've been like that one time in your life. We all have. Your energy was off a little bit, but you was a good person at that time. Oh, you don't want to talk about that time when your energy was a little off. Everybody got that. That time, it didn't. I ain't say it lasts for like 5 years, but that little time when your energy was kind of a little off a little bit. Okay, so then what if somebody misread you? What if somebody judged you based on that time? You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at You gotta consider yourself. That's what I first do. You know, when your energy was a little off a little bit, okay, you still a good person though. Okay. See, I know how to read between that. Okay, this still a good person. His energy just a little off. You know what I mean? So you couldn't even put that kind of diagnosis on a person. As soon as you see their energy's off, that he's sketchy, greasy, you get all of that. For me, okay, nah, he a cool person, but his energy a little off, but he's a good person. You know what I'm saying? So see, you got those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? Where people just for whatever, it might be trauma, it might be things they went through, or whatever. You know, and for whatever reason, man, their energy is off. That's why you gotta listen to the heart. You know what I'm saying? You listen to the heart. Okay, I can go past the energy. Okay, oh yeah, this person's a good person, but the energy's kind of off. You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom. Okay, you gonna say they just sketchy. So there's higher levels of reading people. Okay? I'ma just let it come in to me and do what it do, right? And then I'm gonna go from there. And then what you say out your mouth is most likely gonna confirm your heart. That's gonna confirm your heart, what you say out your mouth. No, listen what I said. Your heart. It's not gonna be it's gonna be confirmed with your mouth. So you can talk about, let's just say I met this person, and this person started talking about their kids and how they took care of their kids and everything. But everybody else saying this is a bad person. But I'm listening what this person is talking about, how he or she took care of their kids or whatever. I'm thinking, nah, this person got a good heart. I'm listening to what's coming out of their mouth. Okay, so I'm going past the sketchy energy part, because that could be trauma from the marriage that they was in. Okay, so I'm getting past that. I'm listening to what's coming out the heart through the mouth. This person is talking about how they took care of their kids and everything. Okay, boom, that's a good heart. Okay, so the heart is good. The heart is good, which is important out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us have trauma. Let's keep it 100. From all the different kind of stuff in the hood and the street. If we talking about the streets, a lot of people got higher, different degrees of trauma, you know, different stuff they went through. Okay, so we gonna go by the heart. I'm gonna go by what you say out your mouth. How I determine your heart is not gonna be what you think or how you carry yourself. That's not the heart. The heart is gonna be the mouth. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. That's what the Bible says. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Okay, so whatever's in your heart, it's gonna come out through your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm trying to read somebody, I'm not gonna say I don't believe this person, but they can also throw me things to read with the right words. But it's certain things that's why sometimes you gotta ask the right questions. You gotta ask people the right questions. You gotta see where their heart is at. And how you gonna see, it's not a test, not some intuition test. It's gonna be a real question, a verbal question, okay? About this, about that. And if they telling you all these things, you can't deny it. See, at some point as a human that's in a position that's trying to see who somebody is, you have to accept what you're being given. You can't keep saying, oh, well, I don't know about it. I'm skeptical. Nah. At some point, I know this is a good person. I do. It's just certain things don't lie. Some things just don't lie. Like, but you have to be really a master at understanding people. You can't lie about certain things. It's just certain, you can't. In other words, you can't say certain things and it's a lie. It's just too genuine. It's just too well, I mean, how we base what we base that on is the people that you respect as being real. So how we know they ain't lying? How we know, besides their actions, if we just listen to them, how we know that that's the truth? Because you gonna say the same thing I'm saying. It's just too. It's some things you can't lie about. Some things is just it speaks for itself. It's self-explanatory as far as being real. Sometimes being real is self-explanatory. It explains itself. And then right there you can say real recognize real, right? It's just some things that you can't make up. Like the in-betweens of a conversation. Anybody can say, oh, I'll beat you down to a pulp. I'll beat you up. I'll do whatever. I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can say that. But it's the in-betweens that make you know somebody's real. Like when they tell you the details of what they can do to you. When they tell you how I can plan it. When they talk about the plan of killing you. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about what kind of charges they gonna get if they kill you. I'm not getting murder charges. Only thing I'm getting is manslaughter. That's me. I'm talking me. I'm not getting no murder charges in 2026. I'm too smart to get a murder charge. Only thing I'm getting is manslaughter. See, that's the kind of stuff you can't make up. Ain't nobody gonna be fake. Going all the way through to the point of telling you what type of charges they gonna get if they kill you. I ain't getting nothing but manslaughter. Manslaughter because I'm gonna wait till it escalate. And if it escalate where I gotta defend myself, that's not gonna be murder. That's not murder. Murder is a premeditated killing. That's if, like, for example, me being in this facility. If I'm in this facility, even if it's illegal, right? Even if you carry weapons and it's illegal, they're not gonna give you murder charges. So if I'm carrying illegal weapons, right, and somebody try me, right, and we start arguing or whatever, and it escalates where I kill them, right, in the building, that's not murder. Murder is if I come back to this room and get the weapons and then go back and find the person and kill them. That's murder. See the difference? But if I have it on my person at the time, even though it's illegal, I'm still not gonna get a murder charge. Even though it's illegal, I'm still gonna get with the intent that I was defending myself or that I did this to this person. Not that I planned it. I didn't plan it. But as soon as I turn around from an argument and go in this room, unlock my door, get my weapons and go back and kill somebody, I planned that. And that's murder. I ain't getting no. If you get murder charges, you stupid. I'm not. You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. Let's not take it to an extreme. You should be smarter than that. I'm not getting no murder charges in 2026. That's what I'm showing you. I ain't getting nothing but manslaughter. If I get one, it's manslaughter. That's it. That's all I'm getting. Because as soon as you try me, I'm gonna let it escalate. I'm gonna let you do what you do. I'm gonna let you talk enough. I'm gonna let you say enough. You might even get the first punch. You might even get that. You might even get to act like you bad. And then I'm gonna do what I do, and I might not even get charged. That's how you gotta be with think. You gotta think today. And that kind of stuff you can't make up. And that's how you know who's real and who's fake. You can't make that up, buddy. That's too real. That's too detailed. There's too many details in that. You can't doubt nobody like that. That's all I'm saying. And see, that's a perfect example, even though it's a real example. It's the truth of what I'm telling you. But that's a way of being able to see if somebody's real without just the obvious, or when I kill you, I'll do this to you. Okay, now you hear this other this information where this person has thought about it. You know what I'm saying? This person has sat down and thought about how he'll kill someone and get away with it without murder charges. You know what I'm saying? That person's real. Nobody's gonna go above that to try to see something else. It's just too real for this. It's just too real. I stop there. I don't go any further. I don't want to go any further. Somebody tell me what kind of charges they gonna get in 2026, and it's gonna be nothing but manslaughter if they do. I'm not trying that person. I'm not saying anything else. That's too legit. That's too legit, buddy. I ain't getting no murder charges. You know what I'm saying? I know. No, cause you know why? Cause I'm gonna have it on me at all times. And that ain't gonna be no murder charge. That's not gonna be a murder charge. If I pull it on you, if I pull it out on you, right? And it out of escalation, this is what people need to understand the law. If it escalates, and you for me, especially for me, you definitely for me to pull a weapon on you, you definitely had your part in it. You definitely did something wrong, right? I ain't gonna just pull no weapon on nobody for no reason, which is gonna make me more legit anyway. So as soon as it escalates between me and you say something out your mouth, and you keep letting it, you keep talking, right? I'm gonna let you get the most of the situation. I'm gonna let you go ahead, especially these days with ignorant people. I'm gonna let you do all the talking, all the stomping around, and soon as I see where I need to defend myself at that window, boom, that's what I'm gonna do. And guess what? I might not even get a charge. Think about that dude that got off in New York that was in the bodega, the owner of the bodega, and the black dude with the braids came in there trying to defend his girlfriend like 4 or 5 years ago. Well, about 3 or 4 years ago. So I think he was a Puerto Rican dude. The owner was Puerto Rican, right? So this black dude thought he would just try this dude, man, and the dude could be number about 8'9", 5'9", about 5'9", about that. Older dude, might have been about 58, something like that. About 57, let's say 56, between 56 and 58. So the dude came behind the counter and pushed the dude into like all this stuff that was behind the counter. And for his girlfriend not getting something from the store or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some sucker stuff. I ain't finna mess with this dude at the bodega because we broke. We gonna go hustle if anything. You know what I mean? When I'm not, why I'm gonna bother this? That was a sucker that's just a sucker. It's just some things that people do, and I'm getting to the part where some stuff is just suckers, bro. It just is. This dude was with a female, and from my understanding, if my memory serves me right, he didn't let them get some kind of item for free. And he felt some type of way. I probably, like most black people, go say, we buy stuff in here all the time. You know what I'm saying? We'll pay you back later. And he was just like, no, he wasn't having it. And he might have got colorful with it. This is New York. He might have said it in a colorful way or whatever. But the bottom line is, he was broke. Him and his woman was broke and they ain't had the money. So this is New York. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. So the black guy was like maybe 6'3", 6'4", 6'3" and a half, I would say. And it's between 6'2" and a half and 6'3" and a half, somewhere in there. About 6'3" and a half. About 6'3" to 6'3" and a half. He came behind the counter and pushed the dude into like all these boxes and stuff. It was a dramatic push. It was a real bad push. The Puerto Rican guy got up, who was way smaller than him. He got up. Mind you, this is his grounds. This is his grounds. You never play with a man on his own grounds. Because you don't know where a weapon can come out of anywhere. A gun could come out of anywhere. A weapon could come out of anywhere. This is his grounds. You don't know where it could come from. It could come from under a box. A little empty box. You didn't think, he put it right there so nobody really thinking nothing was there. Right? He pulled the shank. He pulled the knife from some little nook and cranny on his own grounds behind the bodega, behind the counter, and stabbed the dude. Hit him like 3 times. Hit him like 3 times, he died. And at first, they had him on the murder charge, and ain't no way in the world that was gonna stick because he did not plan to kill this person. This person came around the corner. This person came around the counter, excuse me. He came around the counter, right? Okay, how is that murder? By nature. That's not murder. This dude pushed you into the boxes. You didn't know what he was going to do next. This is New York City. And see, that's why the legal system is different from every city to city. This is New York. You can't speak for what that person was going to do. You can't say he wasn't going to do anything. Well, he wasn't going to do anything. Well, how you know that? And the next question is how can you hold me to thinking that way, the way you thinking, like he wasn't gonna do nothing? How we know that? How I know that? He that bold to push me through all these boxes. That's the escalation right there. I don't know what this dude is gonna do next. And guess what? He got no charges. for killing that dude. That dude in the grave right now. His girlfriend probably sitting around smoking a blunt thinking about him right now, buddy. Listen, he in the grave right now, buddy. Playing with people, and people don't play no games. Thought you was gonna try this little bodega dude, and nothing was gonna come out of it. And then, and my thing is, he was just standing there too. That, I mean, you can't say nothing. If he pushed him and walked away and turned his back, and he got stabbed in the back, okay. You still couldn't say it's murder though. You still couldn't say that would still be manslaughter. But if he didn't turn his back, and he's still standing there, listen, I'm sorry, buddy. You lose. You lose. You lose. He got no charges. At first it was murder. This is right here in New York City. At first they just was mad that the dude was dead. I mean, you know how it is. You know what I mean? He was dead. He killed him. And you just want to slap something on it because he killed the dude. You just want to slap a charge on because he killed the dude. Nah, listen. Nah. You go look at the footage, everybody's seen it differently. You know what I'm saying? You know, you push this dude all down into like that. I mean, something could have happened to him from the push. He could have been injured from the push. Broke his leg, sprung his leg or anything. All kind of stuff. Broke his arm, anything. And this is, like I said, this is New York. You don't know what that person was going to do next. And you see that he works at a bodega. He has a weapon to protect himself. That was the purpose. When you put all those things together, the weapon was for purpose of protecting himself in a bodega. Boom, case closed. You can't look at the nature of that as murder or a malicious animal. No, this person was already working in a bodega, which means he already had a weapon in a certain spot waiting for if somebody would do something to him, try to rob him or do something to him, just like in basically this situation right here. And so the weapon that was used to kill this person was just a weapon for a matter of for this man protecting himself at this bodega. That's why I was there. And this situation fits tailor-made. It's tailor-made for why he had this weapon. For people trying him at this bodega. This dude came around the counter. Now I can see if the bodega worker came from around the counter and stabbed him. But once that dude came around the corner, you can't win. You can't win coming around that counter. I'm sorry. You can't win coming around that counter, buddy. That means you initiated the whole situation. This person already had a weapon back there behind the counter and to defend himself, and he defended himself just as he put the weapon there to do. Okay? He put the weapon there to do that. And that's how they looked at it. He got no charges. That dude sitting around somewhere laughing right now. That dude sitting around enjoying his life and got a body, and he didn't have to go to the prison for it. You see what I'm trying to show you? While people think it's all good, some people gonna die, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. The court system ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's what I'm saying. So that's how tight you gotta be, bro. You gotta like the last time I was arrested, I talked to the police while I was arrested. I told them, man, listen, about carrying weapons and everything. You know what the police told me? The police said, you do need to carry a weapon because we might not get there on time. This is the conversations I've had with the police. Okay? So you carry arms, you carry weapons, right? I have conversations with police about carrying weapons. You see the difference between me and you? Now, how you gonna say that's not 100? I have conversations with the police about carrying weapons and the need to carry weapons because they might not get there all the time, on time. Then what? What you waiting for? What you gonna be waiting for? You know what I'm saying? And that's how people need to think. And once the police told me that even leveled me up just from the police telling me directly, not a group of people, not all of us was talking. I'm in jail. I'm in a precinct. Better to say, I'm in a precinct at the time. talking to the police about this officer about the need of having arms and everything. Being real. You gotta carry arms. It ain't a matter of being a criminal or a thug. You know, you need to carry arms in the real world. You know what I'm saying? For all these crazy people out here, shoot. So if you're not careful, you will not realize that the police has no problem with people carrying arms. The police don't got no problem with you carrying an arm. In other words, the police don't hate people who arm themselves. No, they do not. They despise crimes, senseless murders. They might even agree with you killing somebody, but they can't do anything about it. In some cases, think about it. I mean, if it's you and your girlfriend and you wind up killing a dude, you think the police ain't gonna kind of give you the benefit of the doubt? You got a woman. This dude see you with a woman. He take advantage of that. He still want to challenge you and you right there with your woman. It's already bad that a woman is there. Now, I can see if you was by yourself. You think the police ain't gonna look at it my way? I'm there with my woman. I don't know what you gonna do. You escalating the situation. You think they ain't gonna give me the benefit of the doubt? They gonna, as soon as if a woman is there, of course they are. Of course they are. That's gonna look a million times better. Like you were just a normal good dude living your life in the world with your woman, and this dude knucklehead playing around you and your woman, and you didn't know what you had to do. I could be my own lawyer, buddy. Yeah. You think you could listen? You think I get a charge and throw my life down the drain? You tripping? You'll get thrown down the drain, but I won't listen. I'll still be here. I know exactly how to move, bro. I'm telling you. See, some people know how to kill people. Some people know how to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't going. Listen, I ain't getting no murder charges. You tripping. You too smart. You done study history too much to be getting murder charges. Even if you carry an illegal weapon, that still is not going to be murder because you got an illegal weapon on you. If you shoot somebody with an illegal weapon, that is not going to be automatically murder because you got an illegal weapon. A legal arm is a whole different charge. The nature of what you did is a whole different charge from the carrying the arm itself, being that it's illegal. That's a whole different charge. So, in other words, just because you got an illegal weapon on you and you kill somebody doesn't mean it was murder. Okay? It could be manslaughter. They don't have the right to still classify what you're doing because you're just illegal by firearm or weapon. But they can't tell you why you carrying that weapon. They can't tell you why you killed the nature of why you killed this person. Because they gonna in the real world, people gonna realize listen, you live among people that might wanna protect themselves in a bad neighborhood. I cannot say this is a murderer. I can't say this is a murderer. This is a person that is trying to protect themselves. Even though they're doing other illegal stuff, they are trying to protect themselves. I have to be able to be the master surgeon to dissect all the different charges and not just slap murder on a situation. See, that's what they used to do to black people and just going about their business and just give you murder. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays times are different. Times have changed. Not only the years and things like that, people's understanding on the need to carry arms out here have changed. You see all this crazy stuff going on, you think I'm gonna be out here slipping, you tripping. I'm gonna always be in a radius, especially around my area where I live, where I can at least run back and give me a weapon. But you could call that murder, in that situation. But my point is, I'm gonna always be. All I'm saying is basically, I'm not trying to actually think about going back to get something. My point is, I'm gonna always be in the vicinity of carrying an arm. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna have it. That's just what it is. I'm always if I'm out here running these errands, I usually don't even carry nothing on me because it's overkill. It's no need to. I think once I size up the situation, pretty good, you know what I'm saying, I probably won't. But you know, even if you tell people the whole situation when somebody did something and wronged you and you want a revenge, it's gonna be sympathy for that. If somebody bothered you and played with you and you ain't do nothing to them and you went back and got an arm and did something to somebody because they did something to you, that's even gonna be considered. You just gotta learn to speak for yourself. You can't think, oh, I'm caught, I'm over. No, you speak for yourself. What happened? Okay, you killed this person. What happened though? That's better than not saying nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Because they can say you crazy and you don't get no charges. Okay, he's crazy. We ain't charging him at all. But you thought, oh, I'm just called. No, listen. It's better to say something than nothing. You say nothing, that's the worst thing you could do. But if you tell them all kind of bogus, crazy stuff that you thought and everything, and you kill this person, they gonna say you crazy, and you ain't even gonna get charged. They gonna have compassion with your mental health, which is a right judgment. Okay, you know if this person struggled with mental health, then how much can we say the nature of murder was in this situation? What dictated this situation was mental health. You know what I'm saying? And not even the person, you see, the master judges know the difference. So, you know, man, but you could get a charge, less charge. Now, you can't act crazy. Some people try to act crazy. No. If you give them crazy information, that's how you're going to get off. You know what I'm saying? For catching a body. So, you know, that's a perfect example, man, of information when you know nobody ain't playing no games. Because while you playing games and snooping around and playing around, it's other people, man, that know they done already thought about how they can get away with killing people and everything. And you need to be thinking about that. You need to be thinking about that because it's a lot of ignorance in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? Just for no reason. And as soon as it's just for no reason, man, that's when you get armed. Because then it can happen easily. People trying you for no reason. You know what I'm saying? When stuff is happening for no, they ain't gotta have a reason. Which means they could do it whenever they want to do it. They could try you anytime because you ain't giving them a reason, right? Okay, so then it's left up to them, and that can be any time when it's left up to them without a reason. When it's without a reason, it could be any time. That being said, as soon as you see we live in a time where people could try people for no reason, really basically for nothing, no good reason, okay, then you get armed. You get armed and you get used to the thought of, I can catch your body, I can get your manslaughter if I have to. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get no murder charges because I'm gonna keep it on me. So you just gotta be ready to keep it on you. You know, you keep it on you, they can't say that's murder. You had it right there. See the difference? So a smart criminal or thug gonna say, I'd rather keep it on me, so instead of going to get it, because as soon as I go to get it, that's murder. If I keep it on me, that's not going to be murder. No, it's not. Because if you pull it out to defend yourself, even though you have an illegal firearm, they're going to give you a deadly weapon charge, all of that. They're going to take all of that too, but you're not going to get no murder charge. Because they can't define why you got that gun. And even though they don't agree with it, they got to understand it. Okay, you in a bad neighborhood, that's why. We don't agree with it, but we understand the nature behind why you got this gun. Okay, right. So it's not like you out here just trying to kill people. That part. Okay, so then the next part is the murder, the killing itself wasn't just, I went home and got this weapon. No, I had it on me because of a bad neighborhood. And which makes clear why I needed to have this gun. See the situation, see the neighborhood, see what I went through. It confirms why I have this arm, this illegal firearm. See, that's gonna look a lot better. Because you can make that judge sympathize with the neighborhood you live in. Okay, well, you know that neighborhood. Okay, so then I mean, in a perfect world, we would all get, we'll go get registered guns in a perfect world, but let's live in the real world where people do not do it. And they still are not animals ready to kill people. They're doing it for another reason that you have really trivialized a lot of times, which is to just protect themselves. Okay, so even though you don't agree with it, you understand it. You understand what it means. You understand what it means. It's not that I'm out here to kill people. And so then America had to adjust to that. America had to adjust to it. To the fact, even though we don't agree with it, okay, they ain't out here trying to kill people. They got guns and weapons on them because of the neighborhood they stay in. So we got to change our perspective on it. We can't just say, oh, they just out here with guns. Look at this neighborhood. Look at the killings that go on in this neighborhood. Okay, so then even though it's illegal, we can't change the nature of why they have this gun. We can't even change the nature of the killing when they do it right. If I carry this gun because of this neighborhood, I'm not carrying it around because I think I'm a thug, because I think I'm bad. I'm carrying it around to protect myself, right? You got to give room for those type of black people in these communities. Okay, I'm not carrying it around because I'm a drug dealer. I'm carrying it around because of this neighborhood. And stuff can happen at a drop of a hat in any situation. Okay, especially if you got something going for you. You got a car, you got some things. Okay, they're gonna get more sympathy because they gonna understand the element of jealousy and people trying to rob you and everything like that. And then if I do the killing just right, okay, you can see I covered why I have the gun, and then I confirmed it with this altercation. This altercation confirms it. This altercation confirms why I carry weapons. This is why. Am I a drug dealer? No. Okay, but this altercation confirms why I carry this, although it's illegal. Okay, so then you got to change the whole nature of what you feel I should get, how many years I should get based off that. Because my whole situation confirms why I even got the gun and why I killed this person. So you can't give me, that's a whole different animal. That's a whole different situation. It's a whole new day where that's a whole different situation to charge a situation and different person. You know what I'm saying? So that's what times we live in. And if you can speak, I can see ain't no way in the world I would speak for myself. Oh yeah, I'm gonna speak for myself. And if I get a charge, I'm gonna talk just like this. I'm gonna talk just like this, buddy. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. You let them know, okay, this is the reason why. Okay. Now, did I mean to murder this? Did I want to kill this person? No. I already had it for this neighborhood. This person, I was talking to him, arguing with him, etc., etc. I felt like this person was a threat. You don't know if that person has a gun. That's the thing about it. That's where it gets extra tricky. Because if you can't wait, what you gonna do? Wait till he pull the gun to know? It's too late. See, this is the stuff that the courts is. This is where it gets tricky. What, do I wait for him to pull the gun first? Well, okay, that ain't how it works. Where I live, where I get out of this in one piece, it doesn't work like that. I gotta be quicker on the draw and be able to see where it's escalating to a certain point to where I know I just have I just use better discretion. I know it's a problem. I know it's a situation. I know it's about to escalate. This is how I survive, by being the person that pulls my gun quicker. I pull my gun quicker, I survive. Okay, so then it's still the same nature of crime. It's still the same nature. It's just how I have to survive in this situation with this gun. I gotta be the first to pull this gun. You understand? Or this weapon. I gotta be the first to do it. Okay, so the whole fighting style is, the whole purpose, the skill behind having this illegal gun is also, even though I don't want to pull this gun out first, in nature it doesn't look right, but in nature it's the only way I'm going to win with this gun. It's the only way I'm going to win. It's the only fighting style I can have. I can't wait till he pulls it first. Feel me? No, I might not survive that. So then, do you see? Even though I'm not out here trying to murder people, I still got to be the first person to pull my gun. In order for it even to make sense, for it even to make sense, I got to be the first person to pull my weapon. I got to be first to do it. How it's gonna make sense if I'm not? Right? So you still got to define me as a person that's trying to defend itself in this neighborhood with this fighting style where I pull my gun first. You still got to define me as a person that's out here trying to defend myself. That's not murder. Okay? Because if I don't pull this gun first, what sense does it make? You know what I'm saying? What sense is it going to make? Oh, keep it on me, and then if I take a couple shots, shoot back? If I'm lucky? You tripping. So see, it still gets defined in the same nature as manslaughter. And that's what I would say. I feel like it should still be defined in the same nature as manslaughter. Because I mean, if you understand the foundational gun fighting style with the gun, the foundational normal way to use a gun is I'm gonna pull it first. I ain't gonna wait till somebody else pull it. So what's the use of having it if I'm gonna do that? So that ain't even murder. It's not even murder. It's the fighting style that you gotta use with with protecting yourself. You gotta wait till you see, and that's where a judge understands street wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wait to see where it escalates at that window where I need to pull it. You know what I'm saying? And okay, you gonna sympathize with that. Okay, I seen that window where this person look like they wanted to harm me. I can't wait till he harms me and then pull the weapon. I might not get a chance to do that. You might not even get no charges. You might get manslaughter. But at best, all I would get in 2026 is manslaughter. That's it. That's all I'm getting. That's how you do it, buddy. And that's how you know who ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Out here in these streets. And inside these buildings, too. That's how you know who ain't playing. That's how you gotta be. Okay? Like I said, these people come out here trying to play cops and robbers with God's people. The worst part is, it's God's people. You're trying to play cops and robbers with God's people, bro. And it's just time out for it, man. It's just time out, man. God ain't allowing it no more. I'm telling you. God is not allowing it, man.